Today on the podcast, oh man, I've been waiting for this, Beulah. Beulah, you don't understand how long I've been waiting to reach out to you, brother. I've got Beulah Koale on here, bro. The South Auckland Denzel Washington. That's what I'm putting it out to there. Okay, it's there. Okay, the Fresh Prince of Aotearoa. Okay, we've got that one. We've got future Academy Award winner. Well, I'm putting that's out to the universe already, brother. Thank you so much for your time, King.
Nah, thank you, bro. Thank you for having me, bro. Always an honor.
Bro, I'm just gonna be straight up. You are the prototypical like icon of South Auckland, and you represent it to the fullest, bro. And that's why
I got goosebumps. It's giving me goosebumps because that's what I strive for, that, bro. Like, I don't take that lightly, so I'll take that, bro. Thank you.
All right, brother. Like, I know that our South Auckland brothers and sisters, sometimes we have a bit of issue with self-promotion, Have you found that?
Oh, definitely. I'm exactly the same. But sometimes you just have to bite the bullet, bro. Bite the bullet, and in order to move forward, you have to take those chances.
I'm gonna bite the bullet now, bro, and I'm gonna say today in this interview, bro, we're playing mental rugby, bro, because I know this, okay? And like you can imagine the first time somebody would have seen Jonah Lumu,
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen today, bro. You're looking at Jonah right here, my G.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, I'm the Jonah of asking these questions, bro. Okay,
yes, bro. Ready.
Because this is how it's gonna be. Okay, bro. Here's my first question, bro. Okay, the dichotomy. Okay, of the extreme, the most beautiful thing that you've seen, and the most out the gate thing that you've seen. What's the most out the gate thing you've seen in Saidi Ave, bro?
Out the gate thing I've seen in Saudi Ave, I think when I saw two neighbors, two neighbors fighting each other, and then they had a scrap in the middle of the road, then they hug, and then they went to separate houses, and then just like made peace with each house, and then they crossed back over to their house, and then they had a barbecue, but they had a full-on scrap.
See, people don't understand. This happens in every street in the hood. There's something like this.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, that was a dichotomy moment in like the span of like an hour or so.
Yeah, bro.
You have the beautiful barbecue.
Crazy, It was pretty. I feel like they just needed it to. I think they're new neighbors. They needed to. Sometimes when you just need a fight, just so you can get to know a person. That's kind of like South Auckland's thing. And then like when two people fight, then they end up becoming best friends. It's like, yeah, got that out of the way. Yeah, love you, brother. Yeah.
And it's the funniest part is when they're all exhausted and they're like. And they put their hand on their shoulder.
Nah, hey, bro, but it's the other cracker thing is, how come everyone in South Auckland, like in 2005 to 2009, their fighting style was this?
Bro, I know why. I know exactly why, G. There's two reasons. Either Ray Sefo or Sagat from Street Fighter. One of those two.
Everyone, bro. Everyone.
Oh. Brother, it's really cool to get you on. And what I want to do, bro, is talk about, bro, when I was growing up, someone said, like, we stand on the shoulders of giants. And I had no fucking clue what they were talking about. Like, I was like, what do you mean? Yeah. But then as I got older, I figured it out, bro. Would you say that your giant is like Nathaniel Lee's, bro?
Yeah, bro. That's my favorite actor, bro. That's it used to be, it still is Denzel Washington in terms of like, he's the standard for me. But Nathaniel Lee's is the GOAT to me because he set the standard for someone like me. I'm in the position I am because of Nathaniel Lee's, because of Jay Langai, because Annapella, because of, there's a whole bunch of people I can name, KJ Upper, Frankie Adams, are in the positions because of these people before. And just like you, bro, people used to come to my school in Tangaro College and say that stuff, and I used to be like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? But now that I'm older, I realize that. And a massive focus for me, as well as moving forward in my career, is making sure that I honor the people that came before me, because it's very easy to get lost.
A lot of people do, and they get confused with acting and fame.
Yes. Yeah.
And especially when you've come from such humble beginnings like Aotearoa, there's no other way but to be thankful and grateful for opportunities, correct?
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I know what rock bottom looks like, I think I've had rock bottom more in my lives than for the majority of my life. So I'm used to that. I'm used to that feeling. And even now, I live on the North Shore now, my wife and kids, and the fear of rock bottom scares me every night.
And bro, you brought up when at Tangaroa College, bro, when people used to come in, bro, we used to get it all the time, bro. I'm with James Cook,
yeah.
Bro, we'd get like some random person that owned the business, and be like, oh, you could work hard, you could get it done, But is there a, and I'm gonna start this quote, bro, and I'm gonna see if you remember it. There's no such thing as brainy people, bro.
Yeah, there's only hardworking people.
Yep. And lazy people.
Yeah, and lazy people. So, and that was from Eric Rush when I was in college, bro.
Shout out to Eric Rush.
When I was year 9 and he said that. And he just said it to the whole school. But he said a whole bunch of things. But for some reason, that hit me. And I was a nerd in school as well. I was also a sporting nerd. Like I was the vice captain for Fish 15. I was the deputy head boy. But I was a nerd. But all my boys were in different circles. The nerds, the sporty guys, the gangster guys. But they would always say, like, why are you so brainy? How are you brainy? And I was not brainy. I was just like, I'm competitive. Like I was brainy because I just wanted to beat one of my other mates at seeing who can get the most awards at prize giving at the end of the year.
Yeah,
that was my goal. So I think that hard work definitely translated into life.
So I think, because when you think about it, and coming back to that standing on the shoulders of giants, like a lot of people, you can't get to a shoulder without people kind of propping you up, bro. Can we talk about David Riley, bro? Because that dude, geez.
That guy, well, he's one of the people that changed the course of my life, and still to this day, who I hold in high regard. Now he's a writer. He was an English teacher, bro. We didn't have drama at school in Tangaroa College, so he made this club when I was sixth form, and it was a drama club. And if you joined that club, you got to skip a couple of periods of school on Monday. So me and the boys joined, and he brought in people from different theater groups, and like he just put the opportunity in front of us. There's a whole bunch of kids, and either you liked it or not, and I didn't know what it was, but I ended up kind of liking it, and that set me off into this tangent that I'm here now from that little thing. Where, like, if David didn't ever set up that club, I wouldn't be in this position again, which is scary to think of, and he's just a great person.
Because I think, even his publishing work that he does now, he does the Samoan a warrior, he does the warrior, the reading warrior thing. That's like, for somebody that's a Palangi, to take on the culture, and he's still at Tangaroa. To take that on.
He's the brownest Palangi you ever meet, man. He's browner than most brown people in South Auckland. Straight up. If you hear him talk, if someone was to pick up the phone and David Riley answered and they didn't know who it was, they would assume it was a brown person on the other side, because he's like, what's up, miss you?
Tavita. It's Tavita on the other line.
It's Tavita Railiki on the line.
But I think these heroes in South Auckland, and a lot of them are teachers, but these heroes that we have, I think, don't get enough praise for the amount of kind of crap that they have to go through. There's a lot of, and they persevere and they stick with kids that have potential like yourself, bro.
Yeah. I don't know how I can't even fathom how turning up to work at a school that I went to would be like, or schools like that. You have to be driven and you have to love what you do, and he obviously did. And a lot of teachers that do that job for schools like my school, Tangaroa College, because it's hard to find, it's not like a prep school like St. Kitts where everyone's chasing something. When you go to a school where kids that they haven't even had breakfast, you don't even know if they had dinner, they probably just finished work and they come to school, where kids like don't even care. We just like, and it's not because we don't care, because we don't want to grow and be the best. It's like we just don't know. We haven't been fed the narrative from being a young kid. We can be something else and we can be greater. It was always on me from my family, like, go get a factory job after school. The job, just get a job, get $600 a week. You've cracked it.
Yo.
You know?
And that would have been like, coming into school, even in Chapel Downs.
Yeah, man. Oh, bro, you're on, G.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm running it straight like you run it straight, G. Hey, listen, and this is why I wanted to get you on so much, bro. It's because I see a little bit of you and me, and vice versa. Because I take this shit serious as shit.
Yes, bro.
And so do you.
It.
I
love it.
Like coming into TC, sitting in 3TO, bro. Did you ever? Whoa! Let's go, baby. Okay, sitting in 3TO, bro. Your first couple of days, did you ever envision, bro, that this could be a thing, my G?
Never.
Never. Because there was no drama, anything, right?
No, there was nothing. I used to think, I remember when the drama club came, and I used to think about guys like Paul Mangasiva on Shortland Street. You just think of him at Vinny. I was like, how do people even get to that place?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I couldn't fathom.
It's the bridge.
Yeah, what are the steps?
Yeah.
Did they just appear there? They're just on screen. I was like, I didn't know there's ways to work towards that. So yeah.
Bro, and the craziest thing too is that like Mr. Riley, he just out of the blue was just like, okay, cool, like let's do some drama. Did you even because you had no idea, you just did it to get off school on Monday?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was me and the whole first 15 joined, bro. We all joined, and we're just like, we just stand there and pretend and just be silly, and we're dicks about it. And I ended up meeting this lady called Sam Scott, who's still a massive pillar in my life now, who runs this theater company called Massive Theater Company. And I started from there because they were running free holiday workshops. They still do now to this day. And on the second week of the holidays, the first week was my first 15 training. The second week I'd done nothing, so I just went to this thing. OMAC in Aotearoa.
Shout outs to OMAC, yo. Shout outs to Paulie Fuimono, man. Yeah, man. Straight up.
I still look at that place every time I walk past, every time I go to town. I was like, bro, this it gives me goosebumps because I remember running out of the door when I ran in. I saw all these confident kids that I knew they weren't from Aotearoa. I was like, these kids are rich. They're probably from East Auckland, and because they were looking me straight in the eyes and talking to me, and I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to kids like staring me right in the eyes. I was like, that's a scrap.
That's a scrap. That's a straight. Let's go out then.
Yeah. So I left. I went and had a cream donut, and then I was like, nah, stopping. I won't get back in there. every time I walk past those doors, I was like, wow. I remember that feeling of the decision to walk back into that room again, and it feeling so scary.
Yo, but imagine like if you didn't,
bro. But that same feeling is repeated over and over and over in my career.
Wow.
So that's something that feeling of fear is something I chase.
Well, if you're not scared of something, you're not growing, right?
Yeah. So as soon as I'm comfortable with something, I usually try and leave as fast as I can.
Yo.
And then I'm like, I gotta move on to the next mission.
Yeah. Because I mean, bro, was Greg there at OMAC? Greg Firepoo?
I think yes, bro. Yeah. There's so many characters there at OMAC. They were just in Aotearoa in general, just floating around,
Bro, Greg used to be my boss, G. Okay.
Oh, dude.
I used to work at, bro. Here's my story time. I used to work at the Rewa Rec Center, bro, at the pools.
Yeah.
You know the ones, and he was there, bro. He left there to go to OMAC, and anyway, bro, he was one of those dudes that were like, "Yo, go get a chocolate bar and put it in the pool so we can go home early." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's go, boss."
Yeah, bro.
Go get and then just everybody out, Kurt Brown, get out of the pool, and then, bro, that was us. Especially on Sundays.
Find a way to get out, bro. Always find that way.
I'll pay you boys. Just don't say anything to the big boss. Oh, Katie Pie, brother, I got you. Oh. But I like so Manurewa popped up on your radar, and because you were still at school, right? That was during the school holidays, correct?
School holidays, yeah.
That's crazy, bro. For something that was so, bro, like that's a really deep, chunky role to get into, bro.
Yeah, that was my first film thing ever. And it was weird. I just remember it was, I wasn't paid. I didn't know you got paid, but they were just like, you're the kid, you got to play the shooter. And I knew about the story. And I thought I was just tripping out at this table, which was the snack table. And they had endless shapes. you know, and I love shapes. And it was just like every time I eat the packet, like another box would be put there 5 minutes later, and I'd be like, this is like a magic table.
Paying you with
like,
shapes.
You know, and I had to do all the acting and all that camera stuff, and people were saying I was good and I was trying my best, but I couldn't get my head around that. This table, shapes kept appearing every time I finished it. And it was like weird for me. And I remember thinking, I want to be on film sets heaps then, because I want to always find that table that like is endless food, you know, because to me in my head, like I didn't know like food was like I had to live by food. So for someone to just put it there, like I couldn't fathom like would you get the money to get more shapes? Like,
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you gotta go shoot a scene. I was like, no, I'll do that thing. I'll do it the best I can. But yeah, but that was a cool experience.
Bro, that story right there is prototypical of growing up in South Auckland, bro, and living in poverty, bro. Because when there's food, like, man, I remember going to my mate's house who was Palangi, and bro, they had the Waddies baked beans. Dude.
Yeah, bro.
Like, I was like, holy shit, you guys have the Waddies baked beans or the Waddies spaghetti? I'm like, this is like, I've never even ate this before.
One.
Yeah, I'm used to the Pams or the home brand ones now. But I'm the 99 cent ones. And bro, the first time I ever had spaghetti like that was actually from Waddies. I was like, holy shit, is this what this tastes like? This is mean.
Yeah.
And this is why I said, sorry to interrupt you, bro. This is why I said it, bro. Because there's so many commonalities between people that live from South Auckland that nobody knows, bro.
That's why I said that, like, I'm not special. When people, I'm like, I'm not special. Like, I know heaps of me's out. And the only thing that's holding everyone else from South Auckland to going out to the world is just our own self-belief. And I know that's true because that was me, you know, until I started believing in myself and figuring out the runner straight mentality. I was like, oh, so this is the only switch that needs to be switched on. And then I just used my life to move forward in this world. It was like, all right, cool.
It seems really simple, but it doesn't happen, you know?
Yeah, it's simple but hard. So.
Yeah. And also, like, in New Zealand, they have this tall poppy thing where it's kind of like, I mean, we've seen it with the CKB boys, like, right now.
I hate New Zealand media, bro. Like, I don't, that's why I do this, you know, like, I only chase the things that I want to chase. This is my thing. Like, even with Panthers, even coming back to New Zealand, like I've had a couple of New Zealand jobs ask me, and I've just said, stuff you. Because I remember all these guys when I was coming. I remember all of them. And I remember the producers, the directors, the actors on those shows. Like, I remember you guys. You think I forgot? Like, no. I'm only going to do the thing that I want to do, that makes me happy. And that's it.
Because I think, bro, the other thing come from South Auckland too, bro, is we have this meter, bro, in us. And I know I'm going to get a lot of West Auckland people go, oh, we do it there too. But no, not like South Auckland people.
Yeah.
We have this amazing radar for people that are eat asses.
Oh, yes, bro. That's
hard,
and that's a gift that I got, I think, from South Auckland.
Yeah. And I was trying to figure it out, bro. And I reckon I got it, bro. And this, bro, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Because, bro, if you make a mistake, it could be fucking whether you're eating or not, bro. Like you know, like, or if you fuck up certain things and you're good at reading if people's talking shit about you, even if you don't know, you just go like, yeah, that guy's talking about shit. Yeah. Sorry, bro.
No, you're good.
Just saying the hard out swear words. Sorry. And so but you know, bro, and people don't get that except for people from South Auckland. Yeah,
and I think that's because we always had to be aware of people. You know, like we always had to like check people.
Yeah,
it's also like almost like a defense mechanism. And people, like, I do it in my job, and my small team that I have know the way that I operate, and I have to meet someone. If people want to meet me, they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, over Franco. Was like, no, it doesn't work like that. He has to like talk to you and look in your eyes and suss you out first before you can even start having a conversation. And people in America aren't used to that, but it's the eat ass radar, I call that. Yeah,
because and it's a gift and it's a curse too.
Yeah, bro.
because sometimes you could go, this guy's talking all shit, but then he like sometimes there's some truth
sometimes
to
they're
it.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shooting Manurua, bro. And the funniest thing is, bro, is I was like around that area when that happened, and I was living down Shifano at the time, and I was like, bro, like I haven't, and it was like a huge event to New Zealand media, but to us, it was like, fuck, like this actually happened.
Yeah.
But things have happened like that before.
Yeah, but like in that time as well, there wasn't that many shootings.
Yeah.
Remember, it's different now, but like then it was like, whoa, there's a shooting and someone's dead from it. So, wow.
But what a crazy thing to take on at such a young age, bro.
Yeah, I guess I was naive when I was young. I didn't really know what I was taking on. But I tell you, a couple of years later, after I shot Manurua, I was on Shortland Street, and I went to KFC in Papatoetoe, and one of the guys that was involved in the real incident, I think it was the driver, came up behind me, and he told me, he goes, "Gee, you that guy from Manurua, eh?" And I was like, "Oh, the short film?" He goes, "Yeah, you're Shortland Street, no, that's not how it really happened, G." But he didn't know I was with my like 3 other big cousins, and I was like, "Gee, look behind you," and my cousins were standing behind him, and it's like, they're like, what are you talking about to my little cousin for? And there was like gonna be a scrap in the KFC. I was like, oh, bro.
Oh man.
But, South Auckland.
I know, hey, but you never get that anywhere else in New Zealand. Like, yeah, people will come up to you. Like I do a show called The Bakery Run, bro, and I go around to different bakeries and review them with people.
Yeah.
Bro, how many people do I get to come up to? Gee, why did you go to that shop? That's a dumb bakery. Bro, we gave a bad review to Mangere Bridge, bro, Hong Kong bakery.
Oh!
Okay, and bro, I was nearly getting like, I was like, bro, if you ever show up in Mangere Bridge, G, straight up, I'm coming to fucking find you. And I was like, whoa. And I did it with Boomer from Swidit, and I was like, it was all him, man.
Yeah.
It was all Boomer. It wasn't me.
The flick, bro. The flick.
Yeah, just yeah, bro. But nah, it's bro. And one thing, bro, the first time that you kind of like came on my radar, bro, was your real to life representation of South Auckland on Shortland Street, bro. You were the guy that I was like, thank God someone said that. These entitled motherfuckers don't know. Like I was, damn, Chris Warner, you don't know shit, man. I was like, damn, bro. And so when you came in and you were like that dude that I knew, like I knew that guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so bro, what was that? Was that all like your kind of represented? Like where did it meet in the middle from writing to your input?
Bro, it's crazy because I had done like a talk to some kids maybe 3 weeks ago, and Michael Galvin, who plays Chris Warner, he was on it with me, and he was telling me because Shortland Street write a bunch of bullshit sometimes, a lot of times. And he goes, I remember walking onto set, and this is when I knew Beulah was different. He goes, walking onto set, and I was reading the scene where my character had to punch himself, and he was like, oh my gosh, these writers have set this kid up to die already. Like he's gonna trash this scene. It's a terrible scene. And he said, they called action, and I done the scene, and I looked straight in his eyes, and I just started punching my face for real, looking at him dead in the eyes. And he goes, then he made the scene that was written like shit, amazing. And that's when I knew this kid is going to be different. It's crazy because I never remember the scene. I think I remember bits of it, but I remember that going, these guys are never going to, even if they hand me a shit sandwich, I'm going to make sure it's the best shit sandwich anyone has ever tasted. So, yeah, a lot of it was myself putting what I know, South Auckland, into that.
And it's actually quite funny because Shortland Street, like before that, like a lot of people that have risen through it. I mean, and another person that's been huge in your life is Ren, right? Because that's where he started.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. He was an ambulance guy, and he taught me, like, a lot of stuff has happened since then, but like I can't take away that he taught me so much, bro. Like about the craft, about how to act, about the purity of acting and what you chase for and what you're kind of seeking. making it real. And saying that as well in the same breath as this other lady called Sam Scott, who is the director of Massive.
Massive.
So yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, the bro used to pick you up, right?
Bro, every day. I used to do acting. You're on, bro. You're like that guy on YouTube that walks up to MMA fighters and says facts about them and they trip out. And like, have you seen that guy?
Nah, bro. There's only one me. There's
like,
only one me.
I'm like, how do you know this stuff?
There's only one me, brother. I'm just saying that, okay?
Bro, yeah, he picked me up every Sunday for these acting classes that I'll go to, and I was in school, yeah, from when I was in school till 20, maybe 22. Yeah, man, that's where I learned the craft acting. I remember going to school telling my friends like, yeah, bro, I was just acting with these like 20-something-year-olds, bro. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll go after rugby games, you know, get chopped off by my parents, and it was just cool to like act with older people. And I didn't know that was preparation for what I was about to do, where I went out to shorties and I wasn't scared, you know. It was just
bro, do you take that rugby man and this is what I like, you know, doing my mahi, bro, doing my work. I figured it out, bro, with you, and I'm kind of the same is that I see an opportunity, bro, and I do whatever I can to fucking kill it, G.
yes.
Like absolutely destroy it and make everybody around me go, shit, like this guy is no joke. Like this is what's going on. And that mentality of kill or be killed is something that you've taken into this game.
Yeah, bro. It's my mentality. That's everything. Like that's I wake up like that, bro. And it's kind of like it's so weird because not a lot of people get that. You know, we have it in South Auckland, but then to take it to the next level is it's very rare. There's only a couple of people in my life that I know have that mentality, and I can tell you're one of them by the work that I'm already hearing. But like people like I look at people like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, you know, all these people, because I remember watching this doco that Kobe Bryant made where he's commentating a game that he
detail, bro.
Yeah, well, Spike. Nah, it's
the Spike Lee one, and he's mic'd up. I know the one, brother. Yeah.
And that was the first time I watched that like a couple of years ago, when I was like, oh, and I sent it to my friends, and I was like, bro, this is what I was trying to explain to you, how my head works. This is it. This guy is like this Kobe Bryant guy, and I didn't really know basketball, and I was like, that's how my brain works. Like this guy's telling you right now.
It's that you don't need to, but you take things personal and you're like, yep, okay. And it's not like a nasty thing. It's like okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity, I'm gonna prove all of you motherfuckers wrong, and I'm gonna shove it up your ass as soon as I get it done. And then like with all of these people coming through once you came back, being like, hey man, would you like to work on this? I could already see, like I could already, like when you said that, I was like, yep, I'm like that too. I'm like, I remember who you fellas were. I remember when you mucked me around, and this is what's happening because of that.
Right. And they're all like, who do you think you are, man? Like, you think you're bigger than? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I am bigger than that. Should we say that then? You know, and I don't personally, but I'm like, I'm gonna say it just to rub it in your face. You know,
because at the end of the day, like, and do you do this also? You see other people that aren't like that, and you wonder why. Like, why don't you just go 100?
My siblings hate me. I'm sure they hate me because of just the way I'm just like, it's so simple. Just do this, you know, and everyone in my life. And I know it's a good and bad thing, you know, because I'm wired like this, and I don't understand why people are not wired like that.
I'll tell you other people that are wired like that, bro, are the military, brother. And you learned that, bro, getting into the thank you for your service. The biggest thing you did at that time. Okay. Did you like that segue, my G?
Yeah, bro. I like that.
See, bro. But anyway, but what I'm saying is like, bro, I doing my research, bro, and I just was kind of like, bro, you went method as shit, bro, for this.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was, but I did. And it was that thing of taking the opportunity and just giving everything I had. Like, I didn't know what method was. I don't know techniques. I didn't go to no school. Like, I just learned job to job. So I remember getting that job, not knowing how to, like, I tricked them into thinking I knew how to do an American accent. I just like mimicked the scene, and just, if they changed the line in the scene, I wouldn't know how to say the next word, but because I copied the sound and I added acting to it. But so when I got the job, I started speaking American accent the whole time, from as soon as I got onto the plane until the job was done, and even afterwards. And like my American accent started sounding like an islander trying to speak American. Then it probably sounded Mexican. Then it sounded all right. And then to the point where I got up to shoot there, it was pretty good. But I knew nothing about the military. I knew nothing about this role, and I was about to do a Steven Spielberg film, the main guy with Miles Teller, and I didn't know anything. So I just set up. I was just like, I need to do everything I can to use this opportunity because no one else has it. And I tried a bunch of things that messed me up, but I would not change anything if I was to do it again.
Because Tosolo was a very hard, like, that, I mean, bro, we would never know what that is like.
No.
But, bro, like, you can't mimic that. And, there's no way you can kind of replicate it as much as, bro, like, go through all that stuff.
And I wanted to honor him, and he was a very quiet Samoan, and he never talked, and he still had PTSD, and to this day now he's like a totally different man. That movie changed him. Now the man must shut up. I talk to him every day. He's best friends with Ray Sifo now. Got to connect with Ray Sifo. He's out there training with all these UFC fighters and PFL fighters, and he's like jobs to me like that. That's where I kind of learned, like, that's why I hate a bunch of New Zealand jobs, because they don't mean anything to me, because that job, now I'm best friends with these guys, and I chat group that's been going on since that movie. And we talk to each other every day, check in with each other. Those are the jobs I want to do. The ones that fill my soul, and I can die and be like, yeah, that's a legacy. I don't want to do any of these rubbish things that New Zealand are doing. Where it's just like,
it must be really like, I can see why you would do the Panthers, because
that's it, bro.
Yeah, I can see why.
That's like it's not a job, that is legacy, and that is to honor the people that came before me. Like Panthers, and I've done pretty much method as well with Panthers, and I've only done that with Thank You for Your Service and Panthers, and I've done that because those were the times where I'm like, I have to give everything I can, regardless of what happens to me internally, because these people need to be honored, and that's a choice. So Panthers is not a job. That's like, I'm honored to do that. Like, that's a job where I'm like, please, I have to do that.
I see what you're saying with legacy, bro. Like, this is why I kind of got into this kind of business, bro. It's because it's not business, it's just a hobby. But like, I think
will be business.
Oh, Maji.
I see.
But what I'm saying is, like, when I go, like, I'll be like, people will remember me, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing, I don't know, pack and save ads for your whole life, not saying no disrespect on that. There's no legacy on that. There's nothing that will go, oh man, that guy's the guy from the pack and save. But when you look at, and bro, Nathaniel Lee's, and bringing him up again, bro, he did everything. Orator. He did Matrix, like, all these things that have really kind of shaped who he is as an actor.
And that's what I want to do, man. Like, I want to do jobs that mean something, and saying that, like, doing commercials and stuff like that, that's all good. Make your money, do your thing. But to me as well, like, that's also, if I done that, I failed in my mission to chase the fear, because that's comfortable for me. I don't like comfortable. Even Hawaii 5-0. Like, I'll say it now. Like, I done 3 years, and we could have done longer. I was begging to leave.
Oh, wow.
I was screaming at my team. Not because I didn't like the job. The job was awesome. The place was awesome. But me inside, I was dying, because I was like, I got it now. I've clocked this level.
Yo.
Like, I figured it out. There's no challenge here now. Unless you tell me to direct an episode. That was the only next. But it's like, nah. Now I want to leave, because I have to get scared again. And now I'm in that stage where I'm getting scared, and as soon as the show finished, I remember my friends on some of them on that show going, what are you going to do now? I was like, I'm going to be the biggest movie actor in the world. And they were just like cracking up, because like TV actors in America, TV actors and movie actors, that's a very hard transition I was like, bro, I'm here in America. Like that from Aotearoa to America. That's how I transitioned. And then 2 weeks after they were laughing at me, I booked 2 movie roles. I was like, get out of here.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah, I was like, eat that.
Bro, Otara to Newmarket to Saninoka is hard enough. Bro. like you know, let alone Hawaii, let alone living on Oahu, brother. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Bro, did you live above Ala Moana when you're there?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Bro, that place is crazy, bro.
It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Like I love Hawaii, but yeah.
That's the biggest open mall in the world, right?
Yeah, it's massive, bro. And I went there because of my family, because you know I was scared of my wife to drive around because it's on the other side of the road, and we literally lived on top of the shop called Target, and we just had newborns, you know, so we would literally go out in the elevator, go downstairs from my house, and then be inside Target, go back up, be in our house. It was like weird.
Out of the 4 food courts, bro, that one that's underneath, bro, that's
the
like
Japanese one,
bro, out the gate, bro. And they have like it's everything. Yeah, and you just go down streams and streams of places.
And $1 beers.
Bro. Yes, bro. Yes.
Bro, I remember going there and just like getting hammered. And then like I forgot, like I was on a TV show, and that's where all the tourists go. And I was just like, there's $1 beers. South Auckland.
Oh yeah. Do you notice the connection between the people of Hawaii and the people back and our Polynesians and our Maori brothers?
1,000,000%, bro.
It's so weird, eh?
it's the weirdest thing ever, because it's like you look like me, you sound like me. You look like me, you just don't sound like me. But we're the same. But we come from like we're colonized by different people.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
That's why we're different. It's yeah.
It's funny, bro. I was very fortunate to go to Guam, bro.
Wow. Because that's an American territory as well.
Yeah, but it's like closer to Japan than anywhere else.
Yeah.
And bro, I walked around and like they could understand me. Like when I would say Māori words, they'd understand me. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Because the Chamia people that are there. Yeah, they're very close to us. They're more closer to us.
They look like
more closer to us in Japan.
Yeah.
And they're closer to Japan than us. But bro, absolutely crazy, bro. And just the colonization of those places, is absolutely. But bro, that Ala Moana, bro, I spent many an hour there, bro, just walking around, bro, going to Ross's, G.
Bro, that was my favorite. I remember when I discovered Ross, and it wasn't a year into my stay.
Did you think everything was fake there, bro? I did.
Was
it?
Like,
nah, it's not. But I was like, I'm pretty sure this is too cheap to be Ralph Lauren.
Bro, like, I remember going to work, walking into like, it was like 6 a.m. in the morning, all the actors were in their makeup, and I walked in, I was like, buzz through the door. I was like, I've just found the best store in all of America. And then everyone like stopped, turned, like, look, all the hairdresser ladies, like all the actors. I was like, whoa, what store? And they always talk about their stores. I was like, there's a shop called Ross. It is the best. And like the look of disgust I got from the actors, bro, was like, except for my one Aussie mate, Alex, he was just cracking up and goes, bro, you're Kiwi ass, bro. Bro,
when I went to the first time I went to Ross, bro, I thought I found the cheat code too, brother.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, I found the cheat code to getting cheap clothes. So let me know. And I rang home. Hey, I'm here for another week. Like, tell me what you want. I found the spot. You want Jordan stuff? And then I'll ring any of my mates that were like size 17s, my shoes. Bro, you 17 or 16, bro? What are you, brother? 16. Oh, bro, I found some Jordans, bro. Size 16, brother. And I'll bring them home for you. Bro, I felt like Santa Claus, Jay, when I came back. But yeah, Ross's life, bro. Anywhere. And there's a few on the island.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Oh, man. Bro, have you had, you're a fan of the Loco Moco, bro?
Bro, that was weird, eh?
Hard.
Have rice in the morning with eggs.
It was like, bro, it's like a patty, eh? So it's like rice, a meat patty.
That was weird.
Gravy, and then an egg on top.
That's what the difference of like a lot of Hawaiian foods. Like I thought I would like love them, but I didn't really. Even the mashed up the taro.
Oh yeah.
Like it was like gooey, and I remember my friend gave it to me, and then I ate it. I was like, "What is this?" It's like taro. was like, what was wrong with the taro? You made it gooey. They're like, we took it out of the pot. And I was like, and you didn't eat it?
Oh.
They're like, no, we mush it up. And then it got spoiled the next day. I was like, it spoils fast. And then they told me that's when it's the best. And now you guys got colonized.
But you know what else is weird, bro? Is that they treat spam like we treat pisipo, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's on everything, dude.
Yeah, bro. That's where I knew Polynesians are the same everywhere in the world, because I went to Walmart and each can of corned beef was locked behind a key lock box. And I said, we're the same everywhere. Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro. Gee, I was like, yeah, I remember, bro, first time I ever saw, I think it was Pack and Save, when they locked it up, I was like, yep, we've started it. This is the zombie apocalypse is about to happen when they're putting these behind the lock and key or selling them. Bro, here's another thing too, bro, that I loved about, I think, bro, is Costco, Maji.
Oh, bro, get out of here. Those trolleys, bro.
Oh, bro.
Like cars, bro. They're like utes.
Bro, and then you can just buy a feed and eat it as you go around. And then you don't even have to eat, bro, because they have the sample things.
And there's it's like a Pack and Save meets no leeming. Like, it's crazy. It's like, what?
They sold when I was there, bro, they had a 5 kg bag of M&Ms, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck? What are we gonna do with these?
That's when I was like, that's where they're saying America comes in, America.
Bro, well, the last time I was there, bro, I went to Costco and I bought probably like 7 of those big boxes of Ferrero Rochers.
Yeah.
They were like $14 for like 80, and I was like, yep, this is Christmas presents. Anyway, bro, I got stopped at customs. They thought they were eggs, bro. They're like, oh, we need to see the eggs in that yellow thing. And I was like, eggs. And then I opened them up, and then the guy was looking at me. He's like, why do you have so many chocolate? And I was like, oh, bro, I'm giving them away to whānau,
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Bro. Anyway, bro, and the reason why I really want to get you on, bro, is to talk about ice and to talk about the Panthers, bro, and the effect that this has had on the Polynesian community and just the community, just New Zealand in general, around telling these palangas what actually happened. Because this, bro, did you ever learn about the Panthers at school?
No, I learned about the dawn raids.
Yeah.
But and then I remember just being quick. It was quick done, and I didn't really know what it was.
Bro, I learned about Nazis and Hitler and all this stuff. Yeah. And bro, we had this thing going on in our backyard literally like 20, 30 years ago, and nothing got said.
I remember, I have goosebumps now, it makes me angry. Whew. I remember reading the script and just like being screaming, pissed off, going, and then like calling the producers, goes, yo, is this real?
Yo.
Going, yeah. I was like, and then like I'll go back and research and look back on YouTube clips and be like, what? How did I not know this, bro? And like, it wasn't like it was like in the 1930s. Like, this is my auntie.
Yeah.
And that made me commit to this. Go, this is why I'm doing this job, to use art to educate the next generation so that they don't end up like how I was, where I didn't know about it, why I'm in this position.
There's a lot of things like that, bro, that we, like, and you know what, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to teach New Zealand history in schools.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Like, they'll put it in the curriculum, but it's really up to the teachers, right?
Yeah.
And bro, I remember being at university, bro, and learning about the Mole movement. All right. Yeah. And I'm like, how the fuck? And I got up and left. I was like, how the fuck is this not in my how do I not know this? I'm 21 years old. I've never heard of this. I've heard of Martin Luther King. I've heard of Malcolm X, but I haven't heard about this real bullshit thing that happened.
That's how you know New Zealand's racist, bro. Straight up. That's how you know. Because I remember reading the pamphlets going, wow, like I'm a product of New Zealand succeeding and bleaching that knowledge from my brain. Because I don't know that. I don't know that at all. So like, and that pissed me off that I am that product. So I'm like, I'm not gonna. This next generation is gonna know what happened.
And I think what you guys did there's no doubt that it's made this huge splash.
It's a great show, eh? It's Tom Hearn, Noah, Crystal, the producers, bro. They done a job on this. And I remember talking to Tom guy I'm gonna do this, and you got to tell me what it's like. And he explained this thing. And usually when people pitch stuff to you, they're like, everyone's talking shit, but Tom's not a talk shitter guy. And I remember watching the first episode and I pointed straight to him. I was like, thank you for not lying to me, bro, because this is going to be the coolest TV show ever in New Zealand.
And anyone could have fucked that up, to be honest, though.
Bro, tell me how many people have stuffed up the stories in general, and now no one else has an opportunity until a couple of years later to tell that story again and to make it worth it. So.
And then the character of Ice, bro. Can you tell me how you compared him to like Charles Darrow, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Ice is kind of loosely based off Kingpin, I guess, back in that day. But I didn't really know much about that, so I just added my own research to it. And there's this guy called Charles. I remember thinking about Ice. He's like a property guy, and the property game is Monopoly. And I've done research. Usually when I go in, I feel like I'm the same as you. I go in and I start researching everything about that guy and about the game. Then I learned about Charles Darrow when he made the game. And the thing that made me happy to like, okay, I'm going to base Ice off Charles Darrow is because he stole this game off this other lady called Liz McGee, who made it in, I think 1993 or something. And it was called A Different Game. And she made it with good intentions to teach people about how people that own property are trying to rip you off. He stole this game, paid $100 and made millions still to this day off this game. And this lady is just hidden in the corner. No one knows about it. And he's just like, nah, this is my game. This is my idea. I'm going to name it Monopoly. And I'm the owner for this thing. And I was like, that's Ice right there.
That's him, bro. I got a lot of vibes. I got a lot of Scarface vibes.
Yeah. That's what I was chasing. Because what they'd written originally was like your typical gangster. Your typical Jack the Mask gangster he looked like everyone else. And I remember talking to them, having a conversation, and I was like, that's boring. I've seen that a million times in South Auckland, and that's not ever done right.
And you've played that too.
Yeah, and I played that. It's like, let's do something different. Let's make this guy classy and make him businessy and make him smart, and his business mindset rather than physical. And the boys jumped on. They're stoked about it. And we chased that Scarface kind of vibe. Even the way he dressed. Was cool. It's just like,
just the swag, bro. The way he held himself too.
Yeah, man.
And the manipulation that went on, bro. It was a masterpiece, bro. The way that you kind of like floated between this hearty gangster, I'll fuck you up if you fucking say the wrong thing, to this, gee, you owe me some rent money, and I'm gonna come and get it at this day. I'm gonna cut your fucking ear off. That's to float between those two is I don't think anybody, like, honestly, I don't think anybody could have done that, bro. Like you did.
Thank you, bro. And that my biggest fear playing that role was going, I'm gonna fuck this up. That was my biggest fear, and I didn't want to. That was another force that drove me to do everything I could, because I never played like the bad guy in the show. Even though I was not the bad guy, I was just like, I've never done that. This is the challenge. Now let me try and do everything I can to figure out how I can make this cool for myself and make it real. And I feel like I achieved that with the team. Because everyone, bro, the wardrobe, the makeup, like I had Charles Darrow like tattooed on my arm. People don't know. Like I had 2 dices with the initials Charles Darrow and 1903 on the bottom. I had like little things of like my father's not a great influence. So every tattoo that I had is the exact same tattoo my father had. So it didn't take, like, only my siblings knew. Like when they saw Ice, they were like, you freaking got his tattoos? And I was like, yeah, bro, we're going dark, baby. We're going dark.
Well, I mean, that was the input that you had. Like you were quite, you had a long leash to try and build this character, as opposed to, because it was based off. It wasn't an actual person. It was based off that, correct?
Yeah. And they gave credit to them, bro. They gave me a lot of ground to try and work with them and rewrite Ice a little bit to make it work for me. And bro, that's the most. It's the most New Zealand thing, but like the most not New Zealand thing in that industry, if you know what I mean. Because
Okay.
people in TV shows usually they like to have control. They like to be I'm right. But Tom Hearn, North Final, Crystal, zero egos, zero egos. They're just like, and they'll call me on my bullshit if they think I was pushing too far. And
Yeah.
going like, yeah, stop being an eater. So it's like, oh yeah, I was. Let's go back to yeah, you know. And
Do you think having that level of candor and being able to be candid with people and tell them what the fuck's going on is a major reason why it's so successful?
yeah, bro, yeah, and like that was a tough shoot, man. That was a tough shoot for not just for Ice, but like the whole production. You know, money wise, funding wise, schedule wise. We're trying to shoot movies, bro. And these episodes, you know, not make it look like any other TV show. And it's hard to ask a New Zealand crew who are used to making, you know, other types of TV work to follow this view that these three producers had. It's like, we're gonna make something different, and everyone's rolling their eyes, going, "Oh yeah, sure." But we actually made something that I think will stand the test of time.
Bro, so like bringing it back, brother, shapes table. What was the table like, bro? Did we have more than shapes? Was it?
Yeah,
was
bro,
it...
we had almost every color.
Oh, you had the
And that
pizza
was weird.
ones?
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite, bro.
Bro, that's anybody's favorite, my G. Like, if they have those chicken ones, bro, you don't trust that person.
Yeah, man. Now, dude, that's always the last box. I still got one up here, bro. I give it to my kids for snacks, bro.
Oh,
and I eat all the good ones.
Oh, bro. So, like, okay, we're talking about like the catering tables and things like that, bro. Where can I get the best salmon soup, bro, and Tom Petty?
Oh, yeah, bro. It was in Finland. I can't even remember what the name was called. But I remember being in Finland and just walking around and all their shops, bro, looked like little cottages.
Oh,
and it's like walking up to them. I was the only brown guy there, bro. They'd never seen a brown guy. So every time I walked in, their eyes were open. And I was just like, salmon soup, give me your best. Put down my money and
bro.
Yeah, I would just travel everywhere. I love Finland there, bro. I want to go. I'm definitely gonna go back. And that was just cool to work.
Is Korvapusti just straight up cinnamon rolls, G, or is it something different? Or is it like, bro, if you compare that to
Panepopo. Yeah. Okay, you're on. It's cinnamon rolls times a million, bro. Because it's all handmade, and it's a special. It like the pastry they have there is it's like pastry's pastry, but it's the ingredients, like it's their flour and their that's like it's different when you get flour that's not genetically mutated or whatever. It's got their stuff in it, and I was always chasing those homemade things.
And that was the one thing, because yeah. And I suppose like I looked at it and I was like, this looks like a Palanga version of Panepopo.
Yeah. Like, it pretty much was, bro.
Because they just put the cinnamon on it and not the coconut cream.
No coconut cream. And I just love that country, bro. Everyone is happy. It was so weird. Wow. Like usually when I go to a place and there's a lot of white people, I get scared. But that was the first place where just everyone was happy. Everyone like zero egos. The camera crew, like usually on set, you would always have like you'd wait for the moment when the explosion's about to happen, where people start fighting, arguing. That was the first time ever no one would argue. And I talked to the director and was like, "This is scary." And he was like, "I know, bro. I'm waiting for it to happen." But people are just so great in Finland that, like, I don't know. I don't know why they're so happy. They're awesome.
Bro, were you a fan of Breaking Bad before you went?
Bro, not really. Yeah, like I don't really watch a lot of. Like I seen the first 2 seasons. No, big fan, but I hadn't seen all the seasons to call myself a major fan.
I got you.
But Aaron Paul, yeah, bro, that was.
I think he's underrated, bro.
He's definitely
like a lot of people like typecast him into that role of being a little druggy, you know.
Bro, he was the nicest guy I ever had, bro. Even Karen Gillan, the lady there, they give me hope as an actor in Hollywood to be like, oh, you don't need to be a piece of shit to be in this industry.
Yo,
you know, because they're like some of the kindest most generous human beings I've ever met. I remember going to a bar with Aaron, and he just bought everyone drinks in the bar. And he was just nice, and he was just going around saying hello because he could see they're starstruck of him, and he was just trying to make himself. He's like, I'm a human. Hello, how's it going? You know, same thing with Karen. She was, yeah, gives me hope.
Yeah, because bro, she came and jacked up, too.
Yeah,
she was like I've seen the workout things to get ready for their role.
Yeah.
When is that movie coming out?
I think it's coming out next year. Coming out next year. It's like my little sleeper movie. Like it's the one that's gonna, not a lot of people are gonna talk about it, but it's gonna be the one.
I tried to decipher what it was because it says it's a satirical sci-fi, and I was like, okay, satirical. Let's unpack that. But I feel like I don't need to. I'm like, let's just wait for it to come out. Let's not overthink it. You know?
Yeah, and the director, his name's Riley Stern. He's this American guy who's like this tiny, not tiny. He's skinny, my height. He's a killer, bro. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. The most kindest guy ever. The way I got the job is he called me, and I was like, I had my kids, and I was like, we were talking about the job, and usually like we talk about, I was doing research on him, I broke him down, and I was like, bro, I'm sorry you called me at the wrong time. My kids are going bath, and like, are you a good guy? And he goes, what? I was like, are you a good guy, bro? and he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I just finished the job, bro. Like, I just want to work with good guys, bro. Like, are you a good guy? Because I'm a good guy, and if you don't want to hire me, all good, but I'm a good person. You know, and that conversation happened for like 5 minutes, and then he like hung up. My agent called me and go, how'd it go? I was like, I don't know. Like, I just talked about being a good guy. I didn't talk about the job or the research I'd done. And it's like, well, you fucked that up, bro. Calls me the next day. He calls me the next day and goes, you got the job, bro. Like, just like, what?
Wow.
You know, that job was one of my most favorite jobs ever had.
Bro. I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm looking forward to seeing
it. Should be. It's a scary film because it's not my style of film. He's very quirky, he's very funny, he's almost like Taika-esque, you know, and just his humor is very like just flat. And like he would come up to me while I was doing scenes and be like, just stop the acting, just say the words. And I was like, whoa, this is like, I don't know how to do this. And he goes, just say the words, trust me, it works, you know.
Brother, like I got my last couple questions.
Probably.
And then that's us, brother. And then, bro, I'm like, yeah. So, bro, what's the best flavor Miggering, bro? I know you're a fan. One, it's got to be the red, eh?
Yeah, bro. I got a bunch up there in the cupboard as well. That's, you know, for the late night when you're just like, all right, get time, the Miggering time.
Have you got any hacks, bro? You got any? I know a lot of people have Miggering hacks, bro.
Nah, I just do the whole, no water, you know, dry noodles, but I don't know any hacks.
Bro, you still rocking the dry noodles, man.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, straight up. Bro, next one. Is Chuck Norris immortal, bro?
Yes, bro, he is, man. That was, bro. It's crazy when I think about it. Like, oh, bro, I got to meet Chuck Norris, like, and talk with him, and I know his son. His son is one of my good friends. It's just like, those are one of those things. I pinch myself and go, you're a kid from Motown and you met Chuck Norris?
Bro.
Now you acted with him? It's like, yeah.
Like, so what's your most surprising, like, admiration when someone come up to you and is like, bro, I just saw your shit. Like, I get it. Yeah, I'm like that. But what's your most, like, holy crap, this person notices who I am that you've had in your life?
Like, in terms of, like, work? Like,
in work.
Yeah, I was at it was what is his name? It was at a bar a couple of months back when the world was open, and this guy, I think it's Esther Film on Instagram, walks up to me and goes, I see you working with Riley Stern on that film Duo. I love his movies. That movie's gonna be great. And I remember going, because no one really knows about it, no one really knows that style, and I was like, you're a film guy. And he goes, yeah, I like films. And I was like, I like you, bro. And it wasn't like he was starstruck. He was just, but he's a kid from South Auckland.
Yo.
He's gonna be, and I've seen his work on Instagram. He's got a very good eye, and he's very, he's different. He's very different in the way he sees the world, and he shoots the world through his perspective, which I'm like, that's the most important thing, which you're doing as well. I think people forget is like doing you is good enough.
Yeah.
It's like way better than good enough. It's the way, so.
Have you ever had one of those, bro? I'm just a kid from Aotearoa moments when some famous person came up to you, bro. That starstruck moment. What's the first one that you've ever had, bro?
First one was I was in New Zealand was on shorties. There's Renee Ranger came up to me.
Oh,
you're the shorty shoot guy, and I was like, wow, you're Renee Ranger, you're the All Black. Another one was I went to Bellator fight. I went with my bro Alex, and we're in the front row, got us tickets, and the Bellator owner, the Cocker guy, he's a massive 5-0 fan.
Oh wow!
And he took us in the ring after Cyborg just finished winning her first fight, and she like shook her hand, and like we came out, and Dan Henderson, Chuck Liddell, all these guys were like shaking their hands and going like, "We love the show," and I was like sitting there going, I am not worthy to be here. Like, this is the weirdest thing. So,
especially the Iceman, bro.
Yeah, man. I usually don't get starstruck from actors. It's usually athletes for me. For some weird reason. Maybe because I wanted to be one, or maybe it's because I love athletes' mentality. The winning mentality. I don't feel like a lot of actors have it. Most actors have a mentality to chase not winning, but fame, which is not winning to me. So yeah.
But my one is I went to the opening for Culture Kings, bro, a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And Israel Adesanya said, "You're that pie guy, eh?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean? You watched my stuff?" And then he's like, "Yeah, bro. Yeah, I want to come on." And I was like, "Let's do it." And then he never returned my email. I think he was just being nice, bro. I was like, "Shot as a you're the man,
person, eh, bro.
Down to earth as hell, bro.
He's such a great human being, bro. Like, it's just like, nah, that Stylebender he's very good at playing the game, but his heart is a very good human being. All the fighters out of that gym, bro. It's like, yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've eaten, bro? Because I know you're down with that shit.
Yeah, I love going to countries, and that's my thing. I love eating.
Reindeer?
Oh, reindeer. Yeah. That was pretty weird, bro. That was in Finland. In Morocco, I had like this gray pigeon. Like, it looked gray. Like, I think it was a gray pigeon, but like it was cooked. But it looked the color gray when it was cooked. Like, chicken's white, but it looked gray. And I was like, like, what's that? They're like, pigeon. I was like, tried it. I forgot what it tastes like, but I just remember looking at it. I was like, this is weird. Yeah, that was pretty weird.
In your travels, bro, best to worst, tap water, G.
Oh, you're good. You're good, bro. New Zealand's the best tap water ever. Hawaii is pretty bad, bro.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
And the last one, bro, last question that I'm going to ask, brother. Can you describe to me the feeling, what it's like when you get on the green apple diet, bro, for 3 days, dude?
Jeez,
bro. I don't know how, I've heard this story, and inside me, I'm like, I feel exactly how you feel. Because you don't want to be a bother to somebody. You just want to do your own thing. But for the people at home, bro, what happened there, cuz?
Yeah. Well, I went to America. It was that Steven Spielberg film. First of all, I got denied here at the US consulate because the guy was racist, pretty much. And he denied my visa for no grounds. And he ended up getting fired because of me, because he had no grounds to deny my visa. So I had to go to America early so I can go to Canada to do that process again. But because I got there early, first of all, I had no money. I had $9 New Zealand in my pocket, which is about $5 American. Got sent over first class, and I was like tripping out on that. And I ate as much food as I could because I knew what I was in for, because I had no money to buy food. So I tried to take food, like at the people that didn't have first class, they still put down the food. So I was like taking the food, putting it in my bag.
Fuck, it's so South Auckland, G.
Go to the hotel, and I had no money for any food. And yeah, so I went down to the gym to train. And at the office desk, there's green apples just as you walk in. So for 3 days, I was just like, all right, cool. So I guess I'm going to train 3 times a day, and I'm going to eat green apples and drink the tap water out of the bathroom. And it wasn't until the last day, well, well, I was starving, bro, and I was crying. I could just feel my energy was down, and I had to go I had a lot of pressure on me. I had to do this movie role. I had to try and get this visa approved, and I went down to the lady in the front and I begged her if I could order some food. And I remember looking at her going, I sound like a crazy person, but I will pay you back. I'm doing this movie, and I Googled my name. I'm doing this movie here. It's like, it says it here. I promise I'll come back in a month and I'll give you the money. I just need some food in my system now. She just goes, sweetheart, everything's on DreamWorks. You can just order wherever you want.
Oh.
And yeah, I just broke down, cried, ran upstairs, called my missus, ate up as much food as I could. But yeah, that was, I didn't know that was a story until I went to boot camp, because then we got taken into a Navy SEAL boot camp, and that we got destroyed, 22 hours awake every day for about a week, and just destroyed, taken away from everyone. And I told the boys that story. Just, you know, it's like, yeah, bro, I just ate apples for 3 days. And they were tripping out, like the actors. They're like, that's a story, man. Like, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh. Beulah, thank you so much, bro. Thank you for your time, bro. Thank you for, bro, everything you do for people in South Auckland, brother. And just thank you for inspiring, bro, the next breed. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate that, man. And I don't take that lightly, bro. So I'll take that, man. I hope to inspire not just people from South Auckland, anyone who has their back against the wall. I'm a product of believing in yourself and coming from shit situations. So, you know, I hope we can do that, bro. Thank you, bro, for your work. I see it now. And like
see what I'm saying about Jonah, G?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, different. In my head while I'm listening to you, I'm like, all right, I want to work with this guy more, because I see the standard. Like, people don't get it. It's a standard of working. Like, you're asking me these questions, and in my head I'm computing. What did he watch? How long was that video? Blah, 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 blah. What did he listen to? What did he read? And I'm like, oh, okay, you're like me. You're like me, bro.
I feel you, brother. Like, when I was doing my research, I was like, damn, bro, because I know what makes me tick. So I know what made you tick. And I was like, okay, here we go.
My dream is to have my own production company in America, like Kevin Hart does in that docu on Netflix. And I'm going to cast all my best friends. And I was always like, well, only two right now, I was always like, who's going to be that other guy? And I'm like, look at you going,
oh.
And you know, I put it out there because I like the dream to be impossible. It seems impossible, far-fetched, but it's like, in my head, I'm like, oh, bro, that's a standard.
Bro, I look at dudes, bro. The only other person I look at that I can go, yeah, is that James Corden dude, right? Because he was from a foreign country, and he came over and did like a late night show. And that's where I'm kind of like, I don't like the guy. It's not like I like admire him, but I'm like, bro, that needs to be like the goal. Like,
yeah. I see that.
Anyway,
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, my G. Far out. Thank you, eh?
Yeah, thank you, brother.